Okay, winter is about to set in and a trade merchant showed up. So let's go ahead and cruise over here. Pause the time. And please be good stuff. Please be good stuff. Let's see, trade. That's where I want to go. Iron tools. Well, I did say iron tools, but here's the funny thing. He wants iron tools for his iron tools. And he values mine at 8, and his are at 10. You're crazy. You're crazy if you think that's gonna fly. That is not gonna fly. That was useless. Let's see. Just once. So this is all, he really isn't offering up a whole lot here. We're gonna try something different and see if he brings it. We're just gonna stick with 1. And I think what we're gonna stick with is, let's see, let's go with ale. Why don't you do that for me? Why don't you bring me ale next time? Because this, no, this is, if you could see me, I'm hand waving him away. Nope. Not gonna fly. You go away. That is less than helpful. Okay, so anyway, we are beginning winter here shortly. We're about to pop into the beginning of winter. 2,500 food. It's not bad. Not bad, but once again, I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. The thing to consider too is that I have pulled all the farmers out. I've got people ramped into the different methods for gaining food, and so that's not too crazy. It's okay, but definitely could be better. So we may end up doing maybe another farm, see how that goes, maybe throw a farm in. But I think with the resources being where we're at, and we're not currently building anything, I think what we're going to do is I was going to throw the herbalist in, which helps for like our medicine and stuff, but let me think about that a second. Ho-hum. Ho-hum. You know what, let's go ahead and pause. One of the things I talked about before was getting the school set up. Now with the school, you can educate the kids. As you can see, we have 6 students right now. And basically, we just had one born. We were at 36, we're now at 37 people. But anyway, with the school, we can educate them. And when they're better educated, they make, they're more efficient. And so, I'm going to say they make better laborers. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at that. We've got, here's the school, and we will have to designate someone as a teacher, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and I think we might put this here. But roads have an issue on the hills, so we're going to leave one gap here in case I want to run a road north and south in here. We'll do it right there. And we'll look at the resource here. 50 wood, yeah, not a problem, and then 16, 16, so should be okay. Assign 2 builders, and let it go. 4 laborers. We'll go ahead and dedicate 1 as a teacher right now. Obviously, they won't have anything to do, so they should continue just doing whatever they're doing right now. Let that be the case. We may end up having to pull some stone cutters out, maybe just a couple, as we add things. Like I said, I do want to add the herbalist in here. That would be cool. That would be cool. Excuse me. So we got some other things in here. We do have a well. It says provides water for putting out fires. Now, I don't have disasters on. I kind of just didn't want to really deal with that. So that I'm not really concerned about getting the well in. We do have the hospital to deal with diseases. So that's something we'll set up at some point. The town hall used to record and show census data. It has a lot of good information. If I recall correctly, that's where you get some of the really cool like graphs and everything showing, you know, food and those kinds of things. We have the chapel, which is good to meet and worship, helps with happiness. And then we have the cemetery. So when people die, their happiness kind of drops if they don't have a place to bury their dead. And this kind of like farms, you can just drag out areas and everything, and eventually they'll fill up. We don't have a real big issue with that right now, so we're going to go ahead and wait. And these don't take much to put down. Yeah, 1 stone per unit selected. So we'll hold off on that for now. No rush. No rush at all. We are in late winter. We're about to come out of this, and we're not too bad on food. 2,100 or so. Not too bad at all. Which makes me think we might be okay. Certainly could add another farm. Those are easy enough to do. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and we'll drop a road down the middle of these. And we'll continue this over as well. Late winter. Let's see. Farm in here, I think we will. Early spring, let's pause. We'll drag this out and we have 2 of each. Let's just go with pumpkin. Designate our farmers, and we will do all 6 in this case. Does mean we'll have to pull some people out of here. They're probably happy for that. Oh man, breaking stone. I'd much rather be in the fields. So that's cool. We'll go ahead and start this back up. Okay. Excellent. Now, iron is going to start to be a thing. We've got plenty of that down here I'd like to gather. So, let's go ahead. We had builders with nothing to do. And we'll pull 1 out of each of these guys here. We'll pull a hunter. We'll pull a forester. And let's go ahead and just select all of this. Okay, I thought... See, we just have a little bit of this here. Boy, iron is going to get to be hard to reach. Look at that, just have a couple little bits there. And we already pulled out of this area here. Yikes, we may need to build a mine soon. We certainly have more of it up here. Again, it would take a road and a bridge, but may not be a bad idea. There's plenty of materials up there. I could drop a stockpile. I mean, the stockpile up here helps as far as they initially gather it and would put it in the stockpile, but then when we go to use it, people will certainly have to run up there to do it. Obviously, we could throw a house down and then put whatever the case might be. Maybe it's a woodcutter, for example, and then they have a home right there, and they have the stockpile to draw from, so it's kind of like building another town center, essentially, if we want to go that route. But I think what we might do is look into a mine again. Let's check that out. What does it take? 48 wood, 68 stone. Well, we have the stone. It's not too big a deal. We do have to run a road to this thing. Okay, we're going to pause. Now, down on the left, you can see we had a stone cutter was crushed by a rock. That's unfortunate, but that happens on the quarry. Now, I'm just moving this around so I can see the red areas. Looks like if I have the mine here... I'm not going to get to put this really where I want. Whoops. Can I get this to happen here? It doesn't look like it. Not quite. It's unfortunate. Not quite here either. But somewhere... Okay, so we can get it here. It's not as... I wish I could get that a bit closer. Now I could potentially run it outside. I mean, maybe that's not a bad thing. I could do this out here. Yeah, maybe that's... I mean, our nearest houses are over here, so maybe this isn't too bad. What would be funny is if I was totally wrong or I read something wrong about keeping these a distance from the homes. Although, that being said, I mean, I guess I do have a... I was going to say, there's no place nearby anyway to put it, but I guess I do have that. Anyway, I think this is probably a good spot. Let's do that. We're going to go ahead and put this here. And we'll get a road on this portion of it. Looks like there. Let's see. Let me think about this. We'll just do a straight shot to there. Okay. And we'll pull a good chunk of the laborers to get the building done on that. Oh boy. Population increase might not be a bad idea. Now I could throw a home kind of right here. But that might not be a bad idea. So we could put a home or two here. Again, it would put it a bit closer to the quarry and mine, but the idea would be that maybe those end up being the homes of the people who work in those places. So we wouldn't be trying to grow a huge population here. Most of that would, again, occur over here, but having some of these nearby might help. And it might be just a good experiment, because I've never tried to do anything like that, like put a home nearby. Obviously, this would be better. I don't know, maybe that's not a bad thing to do. I don't know, I'll have to think on that a bit. We're in no hurry just yet, but I mean, we are going to start having a hard time getting some of this stuff done that we want to do. Okay, our stockpile is getting full out there. Let's think about this a bit. Obviously, we have a lot more material here. I think the better way to expand might actually be down here versus going up and, excuse me, and making a bridge across. Definitely something to think about. Let's see, we come down here. Let's pan this out a bit. So much material. Look at all this. Man. So much material. The trees are just falling down. Excuse me. Boy. Huh, this stuff does get picked up really quick. We do have the mine coming in for iron. But there's so much of it down here. We may have to establish a new place. Maybe I don't do any new homes up there. Maybe I come and do that and down here. Create another settlement, essentially. I kind of like that. Let's do that. Let's get this started. Let's get a road. Let's see. Let me think about... See, there's so many resources over there. I could cut across something like that. Let's see. How much room we have? Tons of room down here. Let's do this. Look at that road. Let's go for it. All or nothing. We'll get that drawn out there. I think we'll do a couple stockpiles. And then I may build a house out there. And set some labor tasks out there. And then hopefully they would go down and do the labor and maybe stay in that house. That's... Maybe I'm dreaming big. But we'll see. Kind of let people get moved into the house and then say, oh, I've got some labor tasks right here. And hopefully get them in on that. So our food is definitely doing a little bit better. 2,600, we're bringing this stuff in. Obviously I added the new farm. I think we'll kind of leave it at that and see how it goes for a bit. See how that goes. Let's go ahead and get this stockpile. Let's see. I did the road. You can see they're down here kind of hammering out this road. We'll get the stockpile in here. Let me think about this. Now, where we do the stockpile and where you do roads, for example, they tear up the terrain and gather that as resources. So it's not too big of a concern where I put this. But I do have hills, so I can't really build anything there. And I kind of want this central to everything. Let's back out. So if I go right side, we have a lot of resource here, but we do have some here, so I don't want to go too far to the right. I think what we'll do is we'll extend this out, actually, kind of long. I think we're going to do a big stockpile area out here. And then what we'll do is we're just going to, like, chop everything down out here. Really, really tear this place up. And of course we can throw a forester and regrow a lot of that. But initially, the idea is going to be to have a labor force down there just mowing through things. Okay, the farmers are off doing their thing. I don't need designated builders. Actually, I do. Oh, no. The stockpile looks like it's not going to be an issue. They're going to clear that out. There's no request here for... There's no jobs available for building. I thought we might actually need builder for stockpile, but never mind. There it is, and it's done. So let's pause, and we are going to go ahead and throw a house out here. Now with these ones, we may not worry so much about what's nearby. Maybe this is kind of the lower end. Let's see. That said, let me think about this a second, because if you're doing things that require resources. For example, if I had a woodcutter down here and he was getting into the stockpile, we want that to be close. So homes immediately near the stockpile maybe not such a good idea. Let's throw a crossroad in here though. And let's see. It's 4 wide. I think what we'll do is we'll go a little bit more than that though. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we may turn and face something towards the stockpile. We'll go 5, 6, something like that, and draw some more roads out here. And then from there, build a house right here. Tempted to do 2 since we're already going to be out here. It doesn't take that many resources. Oh boy, let's do it. Let's see, where did I put that other road? 2 homes, we're going big. Sort of. I'm playing so conservatively. Okay, we do have some mining work that can be done as well, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go with 3. Now, one thing I'm not really sure of, I don't quite recall, was I know that the quarry was kind of a thing as far as killing people. I don't remember if mine was the same way. I don't know if it's like an equal % chance of losing people in there. I'm really not sure. Oh yeah, this gets us coal too. Oh right, we choose one. I'm totally forgetting. We actually choose which one we're going for. I think we're going to stick with iron for now. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. This will be cool. We'll kind of get down here and expand a little bit. Any other kind of operation we may need, maybe firewood, for example. We may make another guy, because you can only get one of these guys working in here. So at some point that might be a thing where we've got another one. But with a stockpile here, we're going to end up surrounding this with some things, I think. Indeed. Cool, cool, cool. We've got the resource. I'm almost wanting to put the herbalist in now. Let's see here. That would be here. Collect roots and berries. Let's see, the nice thing about this is nice to have it by the storage barn, because that's where this stuff's going to go. But the storage barn is getting a bit full. I think we're going to be faced with making another storage barn. I'm not sure there's going to be a way around that. And putting it here might be a good idea. Right down here. I kind of want to do the market, but I think we're going to stick with the storage barn. Let's go ahead and get that going. We need all kinds of builders for this. We've got a couple things going on. 2 homes. This guy. Actually, you know what? I didn't need to do that. I have farmers not doing anything. So they're bored. Something like that. And put these guys back in there. Excuse me. There we go. Cool. Okay, look at that. We have 2 students. Excellent. Very cool. 38 population, closing in on 40. Once we get these houses up too, we're definitely gonna grow a bit. There you go. Get that road built. Okay. Excuse me. Got something going on with my throat. Talking too much. Okay. Winter, winter. Look at all that food. 3170. Not bad. Not bad. We're already halfway through winter. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and pause this. We do have a house built. This one is coming along. Let's go ahead and start putting in the work orders down here. Let's see. Iron is definitely a thing. We'll do iron and stone, like all in this area. Let's stick with one side of the road for now. Something like that, and we'll do the same thing for stone. Cool. We're gonna put this stockpile to use. And let's see it. Let's see if we can see this yet. Path. So, see, they're coming out of here and going all the way up there. Interesting. Now, I don't know if it's as simple as kind of pulling everybody out of the stonecutter, for example, and then, you know, going like putting them all into labor and then switching that back. I don't know if they'll change jobs. I've never really paid that close attention to how that stuff works, so something to consider. You can see these guys are both stone cutters. Just wandering around up there. We're going to experiment with that at some point. But we'll see. Oh, see, we're going to pause. Okay, I thought because we had no snow, that kind of throws me sometimes. I thought we were done with winter. And I was like, oh no, I should have been farming. But it looks like we're going to catch it just in time. We're late winter right now. And should be making the switch pretty soon. And we're going to have to decide where to pull people from. Definitely going to be coming out of the mining and the quarry, I suppose. And of course we'll have to designate an herbalist as well. Okay. See, I've got these guys on iron. My iron doesn't look very good. I mean, maybe I'm using that. Maybe I had to go through some of that, but seemed kind of low. Early spring. We're going to pause this guy. Let's see. We're going to pull 2 miners, 2 stone cutters. Well, let's see. We're going to stick with 1 fisherman in there. 2 of 4 on the gatherer. 2 of 4 on the forester. Leaves us 8. So we can go all in on the farming. Oops. There we go. Leaving 2 laborers. Let's stick with that, since we have the labor orders down here. Oh, look at that. There you go. They now show as labor. Let's hit the path here. Look at that. So I assume that when nothing is happening there, when I click it, let's see. We can actually, where are they right now? Where is she at? Says she's working and she's coming down here. So maybe once she gets down here, maybe this is just now changing. Yeah, maybe once they get down here and everything, this is what we're going to see, is that they're doing the nearby labor because their home is here. That would be excellent. And is that what she's doing here? She's building. Is this somebody else? Well, it says she's working. She's a laborer and she wants to help build, apparently. Although we don't need that many builders. Let's dial this back. We have a lot of that done now. Went ahead and paused it. Let's see. We need an herbalist in here. Wait a second. Oh, I did the storage barn, not an herbalist. I'm fooling myself. Totally fooling myself. Okay. Let's do this for now. Stick with 4 laborers. Oh, I tricked myself. I thought I had the herbalist in here. Okay. Very cool. Let's cruise back down here. So there's the next house. It says forester and farmer. And these guys are now stone cutters. So yeah, so it kind of changes around a bit. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So let's see. We could throw... We've only got 4 laborers, and I have a lot designated down here, so I think we're going to leave it at that. I think we're just going to let them do that for a while. I was thinking about selecting trees, because our wood is getting a little bit low, but I think we're just going to go ahead and let them finish out that work. Let's see. I could throw another forester in there. Him and Han. Well, we do have the 2 builders. There we go. It's like, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and ramp this up. Forester 2. And there is a log limit. Let's actually increase that, because I may have hit that at some point as well. And speaking of, let's see, that's a food, right, food limit, so we're no concern there. Okay. Alright, let's take a peek. I want to look and see, because we have the orchard here, I want to see... berries, interesting, okay, so maybe they ate it all. I was like, where are the apples at? I was hoping to see some apples. If I had a good chunk of apples, I would pull them into the trade. Now, right now, you can see the venison pumpkin are doing very well, so I might ramp those numbers up a little bit. So we're kind of low, and you know, it's these trade guys come in and they've got something you want, and it's ultra expensive, and you're like, oh, I wish I had the stuff moved over. So you got to switch a guy to trade, you know, get the stuff moved over. It takes a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and ramp this up. We have plenty of pumpkin. We're going to go ahead and ramp this up to 200. And the venison we have quite a bit of as well. So let's go ahead and pull over, we'll call it 300, which will bring 200 over. And we just need a trader to get that stuff moving. What else do we have a lot of? Nothing really. 287 on pepper. And more venison that we have a lot of down there. Well, maybe we'll leave it at that. Let's bring that up a little bit. Okay, I think that works out pretty good for now. We'll get some of that stuff moved over, and yeah, we're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Look at that, 95 on the iron. So this is paying off down here. They're bringing some of this stuff in. That is good. These guys are running around. Plenty of room in the stockpile. So I'm going to take a peek through here again. Let's see. We could definitely get a tavern set up. That might be kind of cool. Our happiness is down half a star. Still not bad. 4.5 for year 7. I think we're kind of coming along pretty well. So I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's see. We still do need to do the herbalist at some point. 30 wood, 12 stone. We have plenty of those. It is going to take a worker, but I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do that here, because the herbalist goods get brought into the storage barn. So let's just put that right across the street. I'll leave one gap in there. And 2 builders, leaving 1 laborer. I definitely could use more people. It'd be nice to have more miners and stonecutters in there, that's for sure. Could certainly add more homes. The other thing, too, is that we have, you know, these students come up, and then when they get old enough, I think what happens is they're too young to do anything as children, and then I think they move in. It's kind of like a queue. Then they move into the student queue, right? So they're there for a bit, and then they move into labor. So there's, you know, we've kind of added this step in there. And 31, I think, has kind of been our max workforce for a while. So anyway, it might... I don't know, it might not be a bad idea to throw another home in. We're currently at 44 population. But certainly if I plan on throwing more into the quarry and mines, we're going to lose some. Let's think about that. Maybe I throw a home down in this area. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, right now we've got... I have the 2 homes here, and you can see stone cutters. They're all stone cutters, so they're having to make that long trip. It's making me second guess this. Obviously, they'll shortcut through here because that's probably not efficient for them to do the loop around, but it's still a bit of a jog. Still a bit of a jog. That being said, if I put a home down in this area, it's kind of the middle ground between all of this stuff. It's kind of close to the quarry, kind of close to if they end up doing labor down here. This is becoming the new center of everything. And probably what I would imagine is going to happen as we grow in population, this is all going to kind of merge together in some form. And we don't have an herbalist. Let's do that. No more laborers. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a home built. We're going to make sure our population is coming along. You know, it'd be nice. I wish there was a flag to turn the trees on and off. I'd like to be able to see the roads and things a little bit better. But basically, if I put the mouse over here, we can see where the road is. So you can go down, down, and just bring this guy over right there. Probably a good spot. So the road could continue south if I want. We've got builders for that, so that's good. So anyway, I think we're doing pretty good. We are, like I said, we're at 44 population, and our food is doing okay, and our resources are actually doing pretty good. Over 100 on the iron, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good if I don't say so myself as mayor of Weemsburg.